Hi there, it's Catherine Ross from Breakfree with EFT.com. And if you're in Melbourne, Victoria, like me, you'll be very aware, I'm sure, of the recent spike in coronavirus cases that we've had. So yesterday we hit our peak number of cases, which I think was 723. So I know that globally, of course, there are countries and states that have a lot more cases per day in the thousands, which is really scary. But for us here, it's quite significant. So we're the state with the greatest number of cases so far, which is pretty concerning. And as a resident, it's hard not to get caught up in that fear and that panic, and the need to constantly watch the news and to fear what's going to happen if you step outside. Even though now we have mandatory mask wearing, which is confronting in itself, but I think that there is a little bit of uneasiness in the community. And the thing that catches, or that's more that's spreading than coronavirus, is definitely panic and fear. So if you're feeling that right now, maybe it's fear around not knowing when things are going to go back to normal, fear around things increasing and being out of your control, fear of contracting the virus, fear of your loved ones contracting the virus. Please tap along with me, because this is an evidence-based approach. Although it looks really funny and it sounds silly, it works. And what it's proven to do is actually switch off the fight or flight response in our brain. Because when we're in stress, we can't think clearly. Our prefrontal cortex in our head, in our brain, actually shuts down. So that's responsible for creativity, problem solving, critical thinking, all of that. And of course, you can't make the best decisions when you are stressed. And fear is going to send you into that response. So this is a really simple exercise that you can do anytime, anywhere, on any issue as well. So if it's something else that you're experiencing, tap on that too. But for now, we're going to focus on fear. So if you think about the fear that you're feeling, maybe it's a bit of anxiety, and just tune into it in your body. Rate it out of 10 as to how intense it is. And also, I know that the advice is to not touch your face lately, so I just want to point out that before you do some tapping, make sure you've washed your hands or you've sanitized them really well, because obviously you'll be touching acupressure points on your face and upper body, so we want to make sure that your hands are clean. Okay, so when you've got a number, an intensity out of 10 as to how intense that fear is for you right now, we're going to start on the side of the hand. And all you have to do is tap where I tap and say what I say, just thinking about what might be causing you the most fear. Okay, so saying out loud, even though I have all this fear over COVID, the numbers are creeping up around me, and so many more people are seeming to be affected. Part of me questions whether I might be next. And it seems like no one is immune. I choose to know that I'm safe and I'm okay. Even though I've got all this coronavirus fear. And the news reports really send me into panic. Because there doesn't seem to be much hope out there right now. I deeply and completely accept and honor my feelings. And I choose to let them go now. All this coronavirus fear. All this fear that's around in my community. What if I'm next? It doesn't seem to discriminate. And there's a part of me that feels really unsafe. Like I'm just a sitting duck. Maybe I'm fearing for my loved ones too. And although sometimes I try to tune out, It's pretty hard to not buy into this fear. Because there is so much all around me all the time. Telling me that I should feel fear. And part of me might say, that feeling stressed out about this helps me to be more vigilant. And it keeps me out of harm's way. But is that really true? I'm pretty sure the preventative measure is not fear. I wonder if I could relax and let go of this fear. Knowing that I could be alert but not alarmed. And I'd be able to make better decisions that contribute to my well-being. And it would also help my immune system. When I'm free of stress. So I'm choosing to calm myself right now. I'm releasing this fear from every cell in my body. And I'm honoring my body for just trying to keep me safe. There are many things that I can do to protect my well-being. And I'm doing one of them right now. I give myself permission to clear the fear now. It's safe for me to feel safe in my environment. I give myself permission to relax. Knowing I'm doing the best that I can, and that's enough. Okay, so take a deep breath in and out. Good. So check in, tune into that feeling again, and notice anything that's popped up for you during that round, and hopefully that number will be coming down. So ideally we can get it down to a 3 or below. It means that we can get on with our day, and that's not something that's actually interrupting our thought process and also contributing physically too, because we know the physical effects of fear, of stress, of anxiety. It also shows up in our body, not just our mind. So tapping is a really simple and effective way to short circuit that response and bring back a greater sense of peace and balance, which is not only good for your emotional health, but your physical health and your immune system as well. Okay, stay home and stay safe. And if you'd like any more support, please feel free to reach out at breakfreewitheft.com. Thanks so much. Bye for now.